Bezat Hashem, Zad Nishmai, we're here back at David High, Tuesday, Monday night going into Tuesday. We're going into the 9th of month of Kislev, which is going to be the third day of the week of Parashat Shabbat. Vayishlach. Bezat Hashem, we were discussing yesterday with the Shulchan Aruch Reish Lamed Dalet told us that if you want to, you could daven two tefillot basically. You were on the phone yesterday?
No, yeah. I just forgot my thing.
Let's tell you, when you were here?
When?
Yesterday.
I think so, yesterday, yeah.
You remember the whole concept of praying two tefillot? Mincha, right? Mincha, twice Mincha Gdola, Mincha Ktana?
Yeah.
The rest of Shekan element. You could choose to pray twice. As we said yesterday, we learned out. Yeah, you were here, Mechila. I got confused now. Well, yesterday we had...
on this side.
Right. You're not going to make it. So anyway, yesterday we saw something strange, right? We have this concept that the Shulchan Aruch tells us you're allowed to pray Mincha Gdola or Mincha Ktana, and one of them you have to choose to be as your Chovah, and one is as a Nedava.
Okay.
No, it's fine. I'll finish drinking it up. Anyway, I have to drink it first. Anyway, so we said that the permission to pray a double Mincha, or triple Mincha, or even 10 times Shacharit 18, even 10 times Arvit 18, you're allowed to that. The Gemara says, as we brought down yesterday, Siman 107 brings it down, that you could daven the whole day, as much as you want. As long as, so he says, this is where we're starting off right here today, Sib Katan Dalet, where he says, Elaim Ken Makir, you're not allowed to start a second time, the same prayer, second time, the same Shmoneh Esrei. Either it's going to be Shacharit, or it's going to be Mincha, or it's going to be Arabit. You're not allowed to start it unless you know yourself that you could daven with Kavanah, and you're going to. So that's what Mishnah Berurah is.
Second, Be'arvit, and second.
You could daven 15 times Arabit of Shmoneh Esrei if you want. You could daven 25 times Shacharit if you want. You could daven 1,000 times a day Shmoneh Esrei if you want. Not a problem. As long as you know what you're doing. And this is what we said.
As long as you have kavanah.
Right. You're not allowed to. Ela im ken.
No Chazarat Hashatz.
Again, we're not talking about Chazarat Hashatz. We're talking about you praying again and again and again, 10,000 times.
But in general, for Arvit, we're going to learn.
Okay? You could daven Shmoneh Esrei the whole day if you want.
I'll told in 18, אם אתה עושה טעות בשלוש פסוק הראשונים, חוזר מההתחלה. אם אתה עושה טעות אחרי השלוש, אתה חוזר לתחילה של הפסוק.
What do you think we're talking about? Why are you mixing up things? I'm telling you want to daven Shmoneh Esrei lechatchila. This is what Shulchan Aruch said yesterday. You want to daven two Mincha Gdola and Mincha Ktana, one Neshem Chovah, one Neshem Nedava. So this is what we're talking about.
What is the Mincha, the late Mincha, right before Shkiyah? What is that Mincha?
Mincha Ktana.
That's Mincha Ktana?
Yeah.
Right before Shkiyah. Doesn't have a special name?
Plaga Mincha.
Plaga
Mincha, yeah. I mean, that goes into Machlokot of what we're discussing until now. This is a whole Machlokot. If you're allowed to, it depends on what your minhag is, what not. But that's not the question here, gentlemen. The question here, you wanted to daven 30 times Arvit, Shmoneh Esrei. And you're doing each one Hashem Arvit. No problem. As long as you're doing it as the Nedava, and here we're starting to discuss what's the condition. In Elaim Ken Makir, Shulchan Aruch told us that you have to know in yourself that you can do Kavanah. Look at Mishnah Berurah. Uberesh Siman Kuf Zayin, and we learn in Siman 107 in the beginning. Mashma Debayin Gam Ken Sheichadesh Badavar. You must say something, have a certain kavanah, new kavanah in the Shmoneh Esrei. So we said we left off yesterday that what you do is you're concentrating on one extra word throughout the whole Shmoneh Esrei. Any word, any topic. Hashem is holy. So go contemplate of holiness of Hashem. Hashem is Rahman, merciful. Okay, contemplate on that. Anything you take a one word from the whole Shmoneh Esrei, and each time you daven in the Shmoneh Esrei, you concentrate on that, and that's the Chadesh B'Davar. ואפשר דאחד הוא מכיר בעצמו שיכוון היטב ותפילה טובה היא לבעין חידוש. So Mishnah Berurah says not necessarily. If you could pray the whole Shmoneh Esrei with a kavanah, no problem at all. Don't need to think anything new. As long as each time you do kavanah, proper kavanah nedava, you're doing this for Hashem as a gift. Shmoneh Esrei, of your time, you're taking off your time and you're praising Hashem, praising the Lord. You have zero problem with that. It's okay, he says. Avar melishna de tur la mashma. So again, so he says according to Shulchan Aruch Sfaradim mashma. You don't have to be mechadesh anything. The Tur is more going back on the Gemara, where the Gemara says you have to be mechadesh something new. You have to do something that you did more than previous Shmoneh Esrei. Okay, so that's the diuk that Mishnah Berurah is bringing out here. Here, Sif Katan Hey, En Lomar Ashrei. Oh, En Lomar Ashrei Shikodem Mincha Ela Kashiyesh Minyan Bebet HaKnesset. So I was very happy here, but then the rabbi said Ashrei, then he said it again. So it's good. You need 10 people.
Question. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's bothering me. So right now, for example, I made a mistake, right? I said Baruchinu instead of Baruchalim.
Right.
After I finished, should a person have in mind, should say, Hashem, I'm sorry for saying Bracha Levatala, Brachot Levatala, or you should just do the second Amidah as a gift?
Again, so that's the question. Is it called Bracha Levatala, what you just did? No. Why should it be called Bracha Levatala?
I didn't have the right kavanah. If I read
again, but you pray, so you're not Yotze Shmoneh Esrei, right? I don't know. I never heard of somebody say it's Brachot Levatala. It's not like you said an apple shakol.
To this.
No, an apple you said. It's not like you said on strawberry hayetz. There, it's bracha levatala, right? You made a hayetz on the adama. You have to make a new bracha with the adama. So you say Baruch Shem Kol Ma'od Dono Noel. The question is here. I don't remember he's hearing anybody that tells you no. You have to say do tshuva on the fact that you have the wrong tefillah. Tefillah was not mitkabel. The Chachamim tell you.
We just learned you can say it. You can say it 100 times, but you got to have the kavanah.
Again,
if you don't have the right thing.
If you're doing the extra, here you're not doing anything extra. Here you prayed. You forgot to say Yalaviyo. Same thing. Rosh Chodesh. You forgot. Over here you forgot to say Baruch Aleinu. You said Baruchenu like a regular zeh. Is there such a prayer called Baruchenu? There is such a prayer. Is it in the right place right now? There is no. Right now it's not. Okay. Ha'etz, it's bracha levatala because strawberries you can never make ha'etz. Shmoneh Esrei that you daven that you're not yotze now, but it's a Shmoneh Esrei. It's praise to the Lord of Money, Almighty. So you praise Him. Chalas. I never heard that you have to do tshuva for that Shmoneh Esrei that you did not be yotze.
So if you say Adaman on any fruit, it's okay. You don't have to say Baruch Shem.
No. It's a yotze. It's from Adama. Yeah, same like the charcoal. But if you said on strawberry hayetz, which is a lie, that you can never be yotze. So that's you never be yotze in that. But it's not the same thing. Shmoneh Esrei. I said Shmoneh Esrei. Let's say you said Shmoneh Esrei of on Shabbat of Ragil. Right. So you're saying that the Gemara says over there, you are matriach yourself. Right. That's why when anytime you start Shmoneh bracha extra bracha, right? Shmoneh Esrei we have only 7 brachot on Shabbat. But let's say you started Atachonen Adam Da'at Ulam Enosh Bina. We tell you to finish the bracha. Why? Why must you finish the bracha? Shabbat. No, we tell them to finish the bracha because otherwise it's going to be what? Hefsek. It's going to be you did a dibur in the middle of Shmoneh Esrei. But people don't understand when you start davening a mistake on Shabbat, regular Shachar, it's not a problem. Finish the bracha because that bracha you chayav to say anyway. Only Chachamim came and said to you, you know what, Habibi, enjoy your Shabbat. Don't have to daven Shmoneh Esrei so long. Finish. But once you started already the bracha, we tell you to finish because otherwise it's the bracha. It's a second in the middle of Shmoneh Esrei. You spoke in the middle of Shmoneh Esrei. If you interrupt over there and you're going to say, let me finish it, let me make the tikkun and make a continue Shabbat, you interrupted your Shmoneh Esrei. It could be that you're not yotzei the whole Shmoneh Esrei. So the Chazal tell you, continue, finish the bracha because that bracha is part of the day. Is it true that Hashem is mechayev?
Which bracha?
Atachonen Adam Da'ad. Or you're in the middle of Hashivin Aminu L'Torotecha V'Karven Markenu L'Avodetecha. Well, it's not shayach to the Shabbat. Of course it's
You
Shabbat.
have to go back if you didn't say Atachonen Tanu.
No, you're in the middle of Atachon Antano. You don't interrupt and say now Atakadosh or Atakidashta. You have to finish the bracha. Whatever bracha you're in the middle of Shmoneh Esrei, you must finish it.
Then you return to the
Afilu Shema Koleinu, and then you go back to Shabbat from the beginning of Shabbat. Not in the beginning of Shmoneh Esrei, in the continue of Shabbat.
Even though you didn't say the actual bracha.
You did say, you're supposed to say the whole bracha. Let's say you're holding
If you
Shema
start the
Koleinu.
You
first-
started the paragraph.
No. You
didn't
started
get to
Shema.
Baruch Atah Hashem.
You got to Shema Koleinu already, Habibi. You said all those brachot.
Ah.
You're holding now Shema Koleinu.
You Bashma Koleinu.
You're holding my Shema Koleinu. You finish. You're not supposed to interrupt your Shema Koleinu. Finish Shema Koleinu before you start Ratzeh. You realize it's Shabbat. I didn't say Shabbat. So you go back to Hayel
the
HaKadosh.
beginning of the...
No. You go back to Hayel HaKadosh, and from there you finish the Shabbat period.
You start with the Kadosh.
No, after Hayel HaKadosh.
After HaKadosh.
Yeah, the Kiddush, whatever you're holding. Yeah, continue Shabbat. Till now you prayed regular, because it's Shayach to Shmoneh Esrei. It's Shmoneh Esrei. Only problem is if you finish the Shmoneh Esrei and you didn't say Shabbat, then you have to pray the whole tefillah again of Shabbat. But if you are realizing in the middle of a bracha, don't interrupt yourself. Finish the bracha because anyway it's part of Shmoneh Esrei. On the Shabbat you must daven 19 brachot
I
also.
realized today, in the middle of the Amidah,
ואם הגעת לסוף,
after I
What's that?
finished Baruchenu, because I saw in a Halacha group, one of my friends said, if I said on the first night of Baruch Aleinu, that if I said, but it was Arvit.
Doesn't matter.
He already prayed Mincha Arvit. He already prayed Mincha Arvit.
Okay,
It was already after Tzedek Kochavim.
Okay.
So he asked the rabbi, I said Baruchenu tonight instead of Baruch Aleinu. The rabbi said, should I do anything? The rabbi said no.
Which rabbi?
Because Arvit, huh?
Which
It
rabbi?
was rabbi at night. It was at night.
He has to return. It's a mistake. I don't know what the rabbi is saying.
At
ערבית, לא
Of
מנחה.
course. Arvit, you have to go
Arvit?
back. Of course.
ערבית, you...
It's a meorah, man, and tefillah. There's no tefillah without it. You have to say it in Tanu Matar Lebracha. You have to ask Hashem for rain. But then Tanu Matar Lebracha, Kol Pnei Adama, Sifat HaOlam. If he didn't say it, you have to read Choser. It's not Ayah Levi Yavo and Rosh Chodesh.
I think he was one day early.
Okay, if you have one day there, something else.
שאלה הרב,
Yeah?
אם הגעת לסוף, לא באמצע, הגעת לסוף, ראית שהתפללת רגיל, לא שבת. אתה חוזר מההתחלה, נכון?
כן.
אין ברכה
Not
לבטלה על מה
just
שעשית.
בסוף. If you started Retzeh already, you have to go back to the
ואין ברכה לבטלה על מה שעשית עד
No,
עכשיו.
זה אין ברכה לבטלה. You did not יוצא תפילה, but it's תפילה, you praise Hashem. How can you say praise to Hashem is תפילה ברכה לבטלה?
לא, כי טעית ביום.
Again, there is no bracha, it's not called ברכה לבטלה. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, gentlemen?
ועוד שאלה הרב.
English.
Yeah, you just mentioned just now, then strawberry you cannot do ayats.
Right.
But apple you can do adama.
Right. Okay, what's the problem?
No, I didn't
You
know
cannot
stuff
do
like that.
lechatchila if you did it by mistake, we said.
I didn't
you
know
cannot-
stuff like that because
you
it
cannot-
happened to me. This way I'm
Okay, you cannot say, I'm going to make adama on a cherry and biyotze. You're not allowed to do that.
I mean, on purpose, no.
Right. You're not allowed to do any purpose. You
לא-
cannot say
לא תמיד
shakol.
אתה יודע,
You
לפעמים
cannot say
פתאום
shakol on
שקט,
everything.
אתה לא-
He didn't know.
Habibi,
Oh, yeah, on
The Gemara says if a person doesn't know what bracha to make, starve to death. They don't care. The Gemara says clearly, if you don't know what bracha to make, starve to death. Don't make bracha. What do you mean? How can you make brachot levatala?
You can say shakol.
You're not allowed to say shakol.
If you're not sure,
No, you call the rabbi, find out. But I don't
can't
understand.
call the rabbi.
You can? Don't eat it. Find something else to eat. Yeah?
So you have food in front of you, you're
Yeah.
hungry.
So if you don't know, then yeah, the Gemara says starve to death. How is that possible? If
I can
you
overcome that.
How is that possible? You came. No, you cannot say shakol. Shakol is only if you made a bracha by mistake. You
if a
can't
person
make
is
it,
Baal
yeah.
Tshuva- a person
Yeah.
is Baal Tshuva, he doesn't know.
That's right.
He's too far from a rabbi.
Don't eat.
Don't eat?
Don't eat.
Zohar, you make a netila, you eat a piece of, you make a motzi, piece of bread, and you
Don't eat.
you
Gemara
steal.
says, okay,
So
Gemara,
even if you don't remember
the Gemara,
the
gentlemen,
the
gentlemen.
brachot.
I know it sounds
I'm saying
harsh.
something else.
Gentlemen.
I'm saying something else.
Shh, one
I'm
second.
saying a guy, somebody offered you some weird fruit. You don't know what it is.
Right, don't eat. Don't eat
Whatever,
it.
parsimon or
Don't
whatever.
eat it. Don't eat
You
it.
don't know. Adama or etz.
Then you don't eat it until you find out. That's right. That's what exactly, clearly what the Gemara talks about. Be very careful. It's not the hefker now for everybody to make shakol and that's it. Chas v'shalom. You have to learn halachot. The Gemara says clearly it's very harsh. Torah is not so harsh many times, but the Gemara here, the Chazal rabbis tell us, very strong. You cannot make brachot whenever you want, just whatever you like. Yeah. Baruch Adonai Olam Amen. Tomorrow B'ezrat Hashem we continue in Siif Katan Hey. Elo Maya Ashrei. We're gonna start over here. The Shulchan Aruch. The Ramah said you should wait till you get a minyan before you go say Ashrei in order to say the Kaddish that is gonna be falling sometime, and we'll describe Mishnah Brura exactly what that means. Thank you for coming. We'll see you tomorrow.
Zakbo.